Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys how to decorate an eater bag, or at least how I do it. There's already plenty of tutorials out there, but I just thought I showed you guys how I personally do it. For the eater bag insert, I like to use this like plastic canvas thing. I think it's used for like yarn instead of for what I'm doing. You can get this at any hobby store and I think it's like less than $2. I'll demonstrate later why using a plastic canvas is kind of really useful instead of cardboard. A lot of people still use cardboard for their like eater insert, which is totally and completely fine. Using a plastic canvas has just been easier in the long run. Here I'm just kind of cutting the size, seeing how big I want the actual insert to be. You don't really have to cut off too much, just enough to where it can slide in and out easily. Now as for the fabric to kind of cover the plastic canvas, it can be literally any color, any design that you want. Since this is essentially going to be like a Lifeweaver eater bag for me, I went with this like strawberry pattern. I don't know why, I'm just like in my strawberry area for some reason. Again, you can get like this kind of fabric at any like hobby store, but I think I got this one at Walmart just because it's closest to me. You just want to cut around the plastic canvas enough to where at least the edges are covered. Because our next step is essentially sewing on the fabrics onto the plastic canvas. You don't have to sew it on there. I think you can probably just use hot glue instead. I used hot glue with the cardboard inserts that I used to do. You can probably use hot glue here instead as well. I just feel like it's less messy and less of a hassle if you just sew the fabric onto the canvas instead. And when I say like sew it on there, I don't mean like with the machine. I just honestly use a needle and just use like probably a really basic like technique for this. Now that I think about it, the hot glue is actually the less tedious method of these two that I'm doing. It's either way, it's however you want to decorate your own bag. In my world, there is no such thing as a wrong way to decorate an eater bag. But if you do use the method that I'm using, I do kind of recommend getting some like tiny little clothespins. They just kind of keep the fabric from like flopping all over the place. These honestly aren't even like real clothespins. I think they were with like those little like picture hanging things that you would put in your room. I never really hung pictures around, so they've just kind of been sitting around in my room doing nothing. Also, for anybody who is subscribed to me and watches my videos, I do want to kind of apologize for the very slow uploads. It's been, what, like 4 weeks since my last video? There's just been a lot of personal life stuff going on. I do plan on uploading more. I have a couple more things coming in the mail. And because I do mostly spend a lot of my time gaming as well when I'm not working, I'll also be uploading some gaming videos as well. But with all that out of the way, once you're done, this is what your board should look like. See how flexible it is? That's important. Now we get to my favorite part of decorating the eater bag, which is kind of organizing where the buttons and charms are gonna go. These little Lifeweaver charms and the little Kave charm is by an artist named Hellosin. And then this charm is by an artist named Peaches from Pluto. The artist shops can be found on Etsy. As for these other Lifeweaver buttons, these I actually made myself. I made those with the button maker there you see in the corner of the screen. You don't necessarily have to get a button maker, but I only got it for myself because it's kind of hard to kind of find merchandise of some of your favorite characters. So I just printed out some images of Lifeweaver from like the official wiki, and then I just made my own buttons. Now here's the example I wanted to use about using a plastic canvas when it comes to putting on buttons. You can see how kind of easy it is to like move and bend the canvas to be able to kind of like hook the button onto it. Also, bit of a side note, if anyone tells you that this is a wrong way to make an eater bag, don't listen to them. The same goes for like buying merchandise and pins from fan artists. I think it's died down, but there was a big controversy when it came to eater bags on TikTok. About like how an eater bag wasn't a real eater bag because it had like fan merchandise and buttons that weren't official. And then the people who were saying this had like eater bags full of the same button over and over and over again. But here's the thing, that's still an eater bag. Your eater bag and their eater bag are still eater bags. And if anybody tells you different, just shut them out, block them, do whatever it is you need to do. Okay, yap over. Going back to my eater bag, you can see that there is some open space there where the charms are hanging. To kind of like fill in that space, I decided to put in some of these flowers from this like cat headband that I just had laying around for years. Don't ask me where I got it, I've just had it laying around. I think I had these because I wanted to look like my Snapchat avatar. I don't know, I think I was making questionable decisions at that point in my life. These were actually kind of glued on there nicely, I'm surprised. I just kind of pinned the flowers on the board in those little empty spaces. But with that done, that completes my Lifeweaver eater bag. I utterly love it. This is actually my second Overwatch Eat a Bag that I've done in my lifetime, and I just wanted to make one for Lifeweaver and kind of show everyone the process. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and also got a little bit of insight into how I personally decorate my own Eat a Bags, so you can decorate your own in the future.